One of the best things you can do in a piece of creative nonfiction writing to really bring it to life and make it more vivid is use dialogue. So you are essentially creating characters in your pieces, even though you're writing about real people. They're characters. And so characters are always much more, they jump off the page, let's put it that way, if you use dialogue. So it can be tricky with creative nonfiction because sometimes you are going back in memory and you are writing about things from years ago. And so you're thinking, how do I know what someone said? It is fair for you to recreate the words you remember as well as you can. So you are trying to be as accurate as your memory allows. But yes, that's part of the creativity, I guess, in the creative nonfiction. You are making up the words, but in the way that feels authentic and real and accurate to what that person said or might have said. And on the other hand, there are pieces you might be writing that are more journalistic, where you are in fact going out now with a purpose, and you are interviewing someone, or maybe you're eavesdropping on someone. But when that's the case, you should use your phone, record things, or take notes and write down what the person is saying, so that you can in fact be word for word accurate. But when you're using dialogue, accuracy is important, obviously, as much as memory allows, but also I really want to make sure you know there are a few rules for using dialogue in terms of the punctuation of them. Double quotation marks are what we accept. To start and to end, the actual words that you're trying to show us came out of someone's mouth. And the closing punctuation, like a period, exclamation point, question mark, goes inside the closing set of double quotation marks. And also, whenever you switch speakers, so if you're having a conversation with different speakers, whenever you switch to a different speaker, you should start a new paragraph. I want to give you the visual on what I'm talking about with dialogue and how you set it up when you're writing. So this is just a random page I opened in a mystery I'm reading set in Laos, communist Laos in the 1970s. It's a really great series of mysteries. Anyhow, I just wanted to point out, see how we do the double quotation marks? Then you have whatever the person says, and the punctuation remains inside the quotation marks, the closing quotation marks. We're switching speakers here. See how we start a new paragraph? So then what that person says, and look at how we have quotes, and then we have kind of a tag, a she said kind of thing. She looked back to be sure none of the others had followed them to the car. And then it continues her words, involvement in the last coup, the lizard, ... So again, we're switching speakers again, so it's a new paragraph. But notice how that comma right there goes inside the quotation marks, not outside. And then we have the tag, he said in a whisper, and then a comma because it's his sentence continuing, Madame Dang, I had no personal involvement with the perpetrators of the coup. So it goes on, but please just notice punctuation inside, start a new paragraph whenever you are switching speakers, and you'll be golden.